Hi everyone, my name is piterpakulski. Today we'll continue creating financial model over yoga classes, and today we will create the timeline. Today we will create the moment when we start operating activity and place the revenues and direct costs inside this timeline. If you find this video valuable, you may give us a like, subscribe our channel. Also, you can order financial model from scratch for your unique business idea or for your existing business. We can help you with that. So let's start creating this block of inputs. So we will start with specifying the setting up the block where we enter the year and month when we start operating activity. We will use data validation. We have years placed here. So we mark this input with specific color that goes with all our inputs. This is the input. This is the input. So all our inputs are colored with the blue color to make us easily play with numbers when all financial model will be ready. Then we do the same with month. For example, we're going to start our operating activity in June 2022. And now let's create the timeline. I will call it chronology. I will create an automatic timeline, so each time we will want to start with 2023 or 2024. We just place 2024 at the beginning. I will do like this. I will explain why I'm doing this way, because for example, if you want to start your project not from 2022 but from 2023, if you don't automate these values, you'll have to recopy, retype all this information. But if you just want to displace your project, you can add value here. You will recalculate this value, and what is more important,
You can see how our chronology changed. Type it. So some projects, the decision is made, for example, a year-long period, and when decision is made, for example, to invest, sometimes all models devoted to this project have to be displaced on a year. And using this algorithm, you can easily displace the business to the year ahead, to a year earlier, so it's not a problem. But if you don't have such an algorithm, you'll have to copy paste all these values, and you can make mistakes. So it is very dangerous. When each time you are retyping something, you can make mistakes and calculate the wrong amount of financing you need for your business idea. So now let's start. First, we'll have to find the moment when we start operating activity inside our timeline. We'll use if and end function. So here we see this moment. Now we'll have to create another line for operating activity.
We will need this line to link payroll direct costs to this line. So when we start operating activity, we have to explain to Microsoft Excel, so in this moment we have operating activity, and in this month we don't have operating activity, to link all our revenues, expenses to this moment. So we need this line for that. But also have to calculate the month number of operating activity, and for that purpose we will need a new line. We need this line because when we start operating activity, we won't be able to reach the maximum of these revenues. We will have to reach them step by step, and to create the algorithm for reaching the break-even point, the reaching revenue that we planned, we have to assign the certain number for each month of operating activity from its start. Later we will just create the specific block of inputs where we will specify the percentage of reaching the planned revenue for each month from the moment when we start operating activity. So for example, at the first month of operating activity in June, so of this June, we can have only 10% of this value. In July we can have only, for example, 30% of its value. In August we can have 50%, and we will reach these values, these revenues values, step by step. And using this algorithm we will be able to see, for example, if expenses will be bigger than revenues, we will be able to see the extra amount of financing that we need to start the business, because on the first during the first 5-6 months our expenses may be bigger than our revenues. That's why we will need some additional financing, plus two financing that we need during our investment stage. While we reaching the break-even point, we'll have to calculate the additional amount of money that we need to start the business, and for that purpose we will have to create some additional block where we will specify the speed of reaching the revenues that we've calculated here. So then the next line we will have to specify when we end the investment stage. So we just do like this. Here is this moment, because the revenue starts here. This is the moment when we end up with investment stage. Then we will create the countdown of the months before the investment stage to automatically link investment stage to the moment when we start the operating activity. So what we did, here we just pointed out the first moment, the last month of investment stage, and here are the months of investment stage starting from this moment. So for example, if we linked all the investment stage, we linked the revenues to the moment, to this moment. So if we want to displace the whole business model to the month to the left, to the month to the right, it can be easily done. For example, if we want to displace the model and start operating activity in September 2022, here it is, and our investment stage will be automatically linked to this moment. So here is the start of operating activity, this is the end of investment stage. So and when we will create a cash flow statement, and when we will need to play with inputs, with creating some new scenarios, this can easily be done because we just set up a new month and year when we start operating activity, and all our investment plan is recalculated and replaced to the new moment inside the timeline. So this is very important because when you start retyping the investment plan, you start making mistakes. And to avoid these mistakes, it's better for you to create the algorithm like this. So in this video, in the next video, we will place the revenues to a certain month of operating activity and create the block of inputs where we will set up the percentage of reaching these planned revenues. So if you find this video valuable, you may give us a like, subscribe our channel, share this video with your friends. Also, you can order financial model from scratch for your unique business idea. So see you next videos. Thank you and bye.